Welcome back to another hotel review. I'm your hotel critic, Caleb Kent. Vlogger, actor, content creator, host of the Caleb Kent podcast, and travel enthusiast. And in today's video, I will be reviewing Disney's Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. I got to stay at this property this first half of February, and here are my thoughts. Before we get started, here are some fun facts about the property. It has 1,008 rooms, it is around 40 acres in size, and accompanies the rooms in buildings designed like a motel. I want to start off by clarifying that this video is about the French Quarter side of Disney's Port Orleans Resort. The other side is known as the Riverside, which has some notable differences when compared to the French Quarter side, like the size and more, well, river on the Riverside. Who would have known? Even though both sides are part of this resort, they are two different properties. If you're interested in checking out my thoughts on the Riverside part of the resort, then click right up here for that, or the first link in the description. But I will warn you, that video is not scripted how like this one is, and it's edited quite differently, so it won't be as easy to watch all the way through. But back to this property. The theme of this property is modeled after New Orleans' historic French Quarter. You see that in the building designs and its architectural structure, which of course looks good. And you'll notice that pretty quickly when you pull up and arrive at the property to check in. When making your way to the lobby, you will be greeted by a water fountain with Mardi Gras coins and bead necklaces. This was one of my favorite parts of the lobby as it really sets the tone of the vibe here. But the overall design and decor of the lobby immerse you in the city of New Orleans' French Quarter. When you walk right to check in, you'll notice elegantly made chandeliers on the ceiling and turn-of-the-century-ish walls, if that makes any sense. You know what, it doesn't matter. It all looks good, and that's all that's important. When you make your way out of the lobby, you'll walk down this Sunset Boulevard-like pathway, even though it's New Orleans, and you will just admire how well the buildings around were constructed. And as you walk around the property, you will be captivated by more water fountains, bushes, trees commonly found in the geography of New Orleans, contrasting yet fitting color schemes on the buildings, and of course the river. And this property has a pretty nice pool with a sea serpent water slide for the kids. Only issue is, right now, it's under construction. At the time the footage you are seeing for this review is taken, the pool here is undergoing routine maintenance, which will be continuing all the way through April this year. If you stay here during this time, the Old Man Island pool at the Riverside will be available for you to go swimming in. But yeah, overall the exterior is pretty good for the immersion of New Orleans. But as far as dining goes, it has the immersion but not the variety. In the lobby is Scat Cat's Club Cafe and Lounge, which isn't a sit-down restaurant, but rather a restaurant where you order over the counter and then sit down at an available table. Then you have your mobile order restaurant, which is Sasagula, Floatworks, and Food Factory. And then there's a pool bar called Mardi Gras, which is closed for refurbishment along with the pool. But there is a temporary bar open with the menu that you can order from. And that is all. But there is Boat Rides Dining Hall at the Riverside if you're interested. And I know I say this in all my past hotel reviews now, but if you want more variety in dining, Disney Springs is the way to go. Which will be convenient as the resort is located in the middle of Disney Springs and Epcot. Just like the Riverside, the property offers water taxi services to take you to Disney Springs and back. I didn't go on it this time, but I utilized it when I stayed at Disney's old Key West resort. And I think it's safe to assume it's just as relaxing and convenient of a form of transportation, and I recommend everyone take advantage of it. However, in order to get to the theme parks, you are going to need to take bus transportation, which you could also use to get to Disney Springs, by the way. And now it's on to the rooms. Even though I saw images of them beforehand, I was still amazed at how nice it was. Okay, this room actually might be better than the Riverside. The rooms are very fitting for the resort theme and have a classic yet lavish type of design. I requested a corner room, and that combined with a river view made it even nicer. The sink area has a good amount of French Quarter touch, and I like that there's curtains for it as well. The bathroom is a bit bland in terms of looks, but at least there's a subtle nod to the Princess and the Frog on the shower curtain, and some design on the tile walls. But overall, I genuinely like the attention to detail of the room in terms of style. The paintings, hangers, bed frames, bed lamps, it just all looks well. And I like the Mickey-shaped towels on the bed and bead necklaces on the table. It's such a cute touch. That being said, I personally think the bathroom for the rooms at the Riverside look better, but I think the main area with the beds and everything look better here at the French Quarter. Sure, maybe more mature or even historic when compared to the Riverside, but just like the song by Nico and Vince, that's just how I feel. Fortunately, there are no reasonable cons for me to point out about my stay. But since I am the critic here, I do need to say this.
Unleash the critic, yuppie!
This resort does look good all around, but it does feel a bit bland at the same time. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when I say that, but again, just like the song, that's just how I feel. The best parts of the exterior in my opinion are the lobby area and the pool. Not under construction, that is. I understand that the buildings were made to replicate the historic French Quarter of New Orleans, but most of the colors kind of blend in, especially with the scenery of the resort. Again, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's just how I feel. Ooh. Shut up! Anyway, I think what I'm trying to say is there's more variety to the buildings on the riverside, and I feel that they stand out more over there. That being said, the attention to detail is better here at the French Quarter, and I think that is the part of the resort that makes it look good. Again, this is just all my opinion, and this property was very enjoyable for me to stay at. In conclusion, if you are looking for a Disney World resort property that isn't as pricey but still has good Disney resort experience, then I'd recommend this place. If you aren't sure whether to do this side or the riverside, I'd say this side is for those who are all about attention to detail and want a more mature vibe, and the riverside is for those with families, but even then, it's still pretty relaxing. But ultimately, if you want something more luxurious and a Disney experience you'll be willing to pay extra for, then I'd say choose another property to book. I know I said some rather harsh things about the exterior, but don't mistake me, I think it looks good. I thought the property is good for what it is, the theme is spot on, it's got a great vibe, and there's no denying that it's unique, and in a good sense. I got a bunch of more properties to mark off here at Disney World, but I think I just might come back. It was a great experience. And so, after everything I've said, Disney's Port Orleans Resort gets a final score of 88 out of 100. Yes, I'm talking about both sides. I never gave a final score for the Riverside review for some reason, and the experience I had there was about the same here. For the exterior, Riverside wins, but for the rooms, French Quarter wins. But my opinion is clearly wrong at the end of the day, so who cares? Either way, thank you for watching this hotel review, and I will see you in the next video. Over and out, on to the outro. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to go check out some other videos that I have made, you're just one click on the channel icon away from doing so. If you want to find me on social media, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. They're listed right up. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share if you wish to do so. And if you are or will be a returning viewer, I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing day.